Hello and welcome back to Gardening for Health and Wellbeing. In today's little episode, I'm going to be doing some cuttings of this blueberry bush, and what I'm looking for here is about 5 or 6 nodes, and then I'm cutting that, so that 2 to 3 of those nodes can be under the soil and will eventually produce the roots. And I am choosing the branches that are the green, newer shoots of the blueberry bush, as the woody ones tend to not take as well. And I end up getting about 8 little cuttings. And at the same time, this is just helping to stop the crossing of branches and aerating the plant itself as well. I do need to go back and do a bit more pruning of it, because there's a few that are overlapping one another and rubbing against one another, and that will leave it open to diseases and pests getting in there and destroying your crops and plants. So I'm trying to choose ones that are smaller than a pencil thickness. I chose quite a number that were quite thin, because I wanted to see how they would do, and then I chose one branch that was slightly woody, but still green enough that I think it will take. Now, choosing the branches is a hard one for me, because this is the first time I've ever done it. I've just done a little bit of research on the internet and whatnot, so please take all the information here with a grain of salt, because I'm still learning myself. But yeah, this is how I'm going to be doing it. So here I'm just trying to count all the nodes, and then as I say, I'm going to bury the first 2 to 3 nodes under the soil level. So I'm just popping them in my pocket while I'm trying to choose the branches, and I will then show you how I will be putting them in water until I get the hormone rooting powder, and then potting them on into the soil. Potting them on will take up to 1 year to 2 years before they become a bit more established, so don't expect a big change over the next year especially. So I'm trying to take off the very, very tip of these branches, because that's where the buds are for the fruiting. You don't want those bits on there. You want all of its energy going into trying to create new roots. So getting just where the leaf nodes are, down the lower end of the branch, is what you want. Here I think this is one of those, the thick ones that I chose, and I think this one's the one that's slightly woody on the end, and I just wanted to see how that would go. Some of them I got 2 cuttings out of the branch, others I just got the 1, and I just continued until I had my desired amount that I wanted to try, and I ended up with about 8. So here I'm just going to fill up a nice clean jar with some water, and then I will take it outside and I will show you how to put them in the water, because you need to put them in with the nodes facing upwards, because you don't want it the other way around, because then all your branches, when they grow, will be facing a weird angle, and we don't want that. So this is me just checking all of the nodes, making sure I'm putting them up, facing up. And I'm just getting the first 2 to 3 hopefully under the surface of the water to get them soaked until I get some hormone rooting powder to help begin the rooting process, and then potting them on into the soil. And I will show you that process next. So I went down to the local hardware and bought, it's called Yates Clone X rooting hormone gel, and it's just for promoting the root growth in the softwood and semi-hardwood cuttings. So hopefully these blueberries will produce the roots quicker. So here I'm just using just a sea salt potting mix, seed raising cutting mix, and putting them into these larger pots, taller pots, and I'm going to put 4 of the blueberry cuttings in each of these pots. I fill it all the way up to the top. I make 4 holes in the top, making sure I pat down it first as well, and then make the 4 holes. And then after I've made the 4 holes, I then get the cuttings and put them into the gel up to about the 3rd node on the stem, and that's where I'm hoping the roots are going to form from. And then I just leave them in this pot, make sure that the soil and everything is moist, and I'm going to be leaving it for a year or 2 before hopefully it starts to produce some fruit for me. In about a year's time, hopefully they'll be big enough and strong enough that I can repot and plant into their own individual pots as well, or into the garden. Yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Thanks. Bye. Oh, I forgot that I had this mulberry tree to plant, so I thought I'd better add that onto the rest of this video. So I'm just filling it up with the premium potting mix that I got from my local gardening / hardware store, putting in the gifted mulberry tree, and then just watering it in, just putting it into the same size pots as what I did with the citrus and plums and peaches. So yeah, I'm enjoying exploring the different types of fruit. I just hope that they will start bearing fruit in the next year or 2, and I learn and gain new skills as I look after them. Hopefully not too many diseases and things like that, but hopefully in the next, I don't know, maybe 5 years, hopefully they can all come out of these pots and actually into the ground or something, when I have enough money saved up or whatever to purchase some land of my own. But in the meantime, I will do what I can, spend the money now while I can, and learn as much as I can while I'm living at home, and yeah, build these new skills and whatnot for the rest of my life, really. So here I'm just watering it all in, making sure that they're nice and moist and it drains away well, which it does. It drains away very well. And I also go up and do the blueberry plants as well, as you can see here. And there's the 4 of them in each pot. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment if you like, and thanks for watching. Bye.